Okay, so the plan for today is we're going to check on the hive to ensure there are no swarm cells, and we're going to see how well they're filling out those frames of foundation that we put in last time. To be honest, I was expecting less bees. Sometimes when you replace these frames of brood with foundation frames, they look at the foundation frames and say, well, I can't lay on that, so this is useless room to me. I still want to swarm. We're going to start with taking just a frame of foundation out. Oh wow, they're really drawing this one out. Look at that, that's fantastic. Oh, and there are eggs all in here, so the queen has been here and she's been laying. That's fantastic. Everything is full of eggs. That's fantastic. This is really impressive. I'm really happy with how this looks. Like, really happy with how this looks. It's going to be a lot of bees coming out of this frame. Oh, yeah. And there's the queen. Huge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to balance out where all of the brood is. We have brood pretty much from here to here, which means this frame is empty. And I'm going to put this frame that's empty here. It kind of balances out, so we have brood in the middle. We have two frames that they need to draw out. They'll probably end up putting pollen, and then there's two food frames on the end. So this looks really good, and I bet you the next time I come, I'm going to be coming with a box to start getting honey. It's installation day today at Blair Towers. So we're going to be installing a nuke box. So a nuke is essentially 2 or 3 frames of brood, a couple empty frames, and a frame of food. So I already prepped the hive with the missing frames that we're going to put in here, because there's 5 frames in here, so there's 5 frames in there. And all we have to do is just install the bees and leave them alone. They're going to grow into this hive over the next 10 to 14 days by drawing out those frames. And then when we come back, odds are I'll need to add a box and start collecting honey. So we could get started. So we'll put this in here. Lots of eggs and stuff. The lighting isn't great in here, but I can tell that there are lots of baby bees being made. Oh, that's a big frame of food. So food frame goes at the end. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is her. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go grab a little white marker, and I'm gonna mark her back white. With colors, I could tell how old she is. Some bees, some queens could last like 5 years.
Okay.
So this way, over the next few years, I'll see white and I'll know she was born this year.
Okay.
She's gonna be blue. I forgot my white marker at home. There we go. Mark blue. There you go. There we go. So we'll check back in a few weeks. There's lots of room in there, so I'm not worried about them swarming or anything. They'll get used to this. They've got plenty of beautiful flowers here for them to forage on, and there's tons of clover next to the highway, which we are next to. So I'll be back soon. Stay tuned. So we're back at the National Capital Business Park. I'm here to install some bees into this hive. We're gonna open it up, just make sure that everything looks normal, that like mice or something haven't moved in. Ignore the strip of grass. I'm gonna come tomorrow and I'm gonna weed whack this. I told them if they don't feel comfortable around the beehive, then don't do it. But yeah, so just ignore the grass. Yeah, everything's pretty good. Got some really nice empty frames. Got a couple frames of food. I'm gonna take a frame because I don't think they're gonna need it. Let's open these guys up. Oh, beautiful. These guys look great. Oh, this is beautiful. There's brood in so many of these cells. The queen is doing an excellent job. I feel like she's going to be on this frame. All right, that's pretty much the entire process. Move bees in, let them fill it out, and we'll be back in about 2 weeks. I'm sure I'm going to need to give them some room. Maybe. We'll see. I'll bring it just in case. All right, another beehive installed. Okay, another installation. We're here gonna install these bees at Riverside Drive. They've got great access, airport over there, so lots of forage in the area. I'm really excited to see what kind of honey these bees produce. Our nucleus hive, which is a few frames of brood. We've got some food and we've got lots of bees. And then this other box is just full of other frames because one nuke box holds 5 frames. This box holds 10. So let's get started. Okay, so we should be able to see the queen. There's not a ton of bees, you know, comparative to an entire hive. Looks really good. There's eggs everywhere. That's what I want to see. Let's check the other side. Larvae all over the place. Looks excellent. And in you go. Everything looks great here. There's a lot of bees on this one. It's gonna be a good hive. There's lots of brood. A lot of bees crawling on top of each other, so I might be missing the queen. Got 2 frames left. Oh, yep, there she is. She's not marked. I must have forgot to mark her. She's right here. I wonder if I got my marker with me. Nope, I don't. So she's gonna stay unmarked. I'll mark her next time. Over here. Food. All right, we got lots of bees in here, so we're going to bang them out in the front. And they're not happy that I did that. And people often ask me, oh, Nick, you're banging the bees out in the front. How are the bees supposed to get back in? Oh, I'll show you how. They literally all know to crawl towards the entrance. So I'm really not worried. They'll get back in. And that's it. I'll be back in a few weeks and we'll see just how many of those frames that they've drawn out. Last time I was here, I took a bunch of bees away. So I have a feeling that's probably why it's so much quieter. Put that down. A couple frames here with nothing on it. And I can see that there's a lot of bees on this other side of this frame. Yep. Let's keep looking here. There's eggs in all of these cells. That looks great. Yeah. Oh, there she is. That's fantastic. So now that we found her, we're just going to quickly go through this hive. We're going to rearrange things just a little bit. Oh my gosh, look at this beautiful brood. Again, I'm really only checking these frames for swarm cells, and I don't see anything. Just more brood. Look at that. So just for reference, one large frame of capped brood like this, when the bees hatch out, will cover 3 frames. Brood, 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 brood. And then this one is being drawn out. This one is empty, and this one is empty as well. Woo! Bees did not like that, so I'm just gonna close them up, not bother them anymore. Another location, another install. Today we're just off of Carling Avenue, and there's so much green space around in this area. I am very excited to see how these bees do. They're on an excellent, excellent roof that faces directly into the morning sun, so I have a lot of high hopes about this hive. And we'll try to find the queen while we're installing so that you can see it. All right. Oh, there's lots of bees in here. Okay. In all these empty cells, I know it's probably difficult for you to see on the camera, but there's eggs at the bottom of all these cells. So the queen is, oh, and there she is. She's got a nice little white dot on her. First frame we pull. That's awesome. Don't have to find her. So we're gonna put her right in her new home. And we're going to put all the other frames in there as well. We've got older larvae all on this frame. Yeah, they're starting to cap the larvae on this one, so these are going to be nice bees in about 2 weeks. This looks like a food frame. This is a frame that they have begun to build tons of bees on this. So I'm going to put that here. Oh yeah, this is a nice heavy frame. So this is what we call a food frame. It's just mainly honey and nectar. And this is just in case something happens, like, you know, every year there's wildfires and stuff. This is in the hive so that the bees, when they can't go out and forage, will have something in their home to eat, kind of like their fridge or their cabinet. Food, brood, brood, starting brood. This is a hive that I'm definitely going to come back, and I think a majority of other hives as well. I'm going to come back with 2 more frames of brood so that I could take these out. This is plenty of room. The bees aren't going to swarm for sure. However, I think they do need a little bit of help. Okay, we're here at Constitution Square, and I'm excited to install these nukes into these 2 hives. I have high hopes for this year. I'm going to really make sure that these guys are really strong going into the winter, because I think I installed them too late last year. So we're going to begin with this hive, and we're going to put the frames in there. We're going to try to find the queen, and then we'll move on to the second hive. All right, so we have leftover frames from the winter in here. We got 7, and we have 5 in here, so we're gonna have to be a little choosy as to what frames we want to keep in, what frames we want to take out. Oh, beautiful. Perfect amount of bees. Let's see what we got going on in here. We've got larvae in almost all of these cells, which looks fantastic. Let's see if we can find the queen. Oh yeah, this is a great, great frame of brood. There's eggs everywhere. There's nice eggs in these cells as well. This looks good. Just put her there and close these guys. Perfect. It's a nice frame of nectar. Oh, and it's nice and empty on the other side, which is going to be perfect for her to lay in. And then this is the last frame that we have. It's another nice empty frame that the bees will utilize. This is fantastic. So we've got bees again. I'm going to shake these bees in the front entrance and they'll naturally walk their way in. So I'm just going to shake these bees onto the hive and close it up, and that's it. Hive 1 done, on to hive 2. All right, time to start installing. Okay, we got a little bit of brood on this. And we've got eggs and cells, which is beautiful. I'm gonna put this in here. Oh, there she is. Let's see if I could turn around. There you go. A little bit better lighting for you. She's got a white dot just like the other one. So there's a white dot on the queens. That way I know how old she is. This year, all the queens across the world are marked white. Wow, she packed this one away. That's awesome. Lots of brood. It's fantastic. Bees installed. They look great. Saw both queens. We're gonna shake these bees out and we'll be done. This is the perfect weather for bee installations too. It's like just hot enough that it's uncomfortable for me. Constitution Square, you've got 2 beautiful hives now installed. These guys are gonna settle in, and I'm really excited to see what I find when I come back in a couple weeks. Hello, we're on the podium roof today at Minto. You might say it looks a little different. Yes, this is day 2. I've got so many locations that it's spilling onto second day now. So it's a little cooler today. You could probably see that I'm wearing a little bit of a sweater. But the bees aren't going to be too bothered by it. I think it's still like 15 degrees, so they'll be absolutely fine. So we're going to open this up. We're going to add some bees into it, and we've got some other frames that we're going to add to it as well. Each one of these boxes holds 5 frames. This box holds 10, so we'll fill up the box. And hopefully we can spot the queen while we transfer the bees into it. So let's go. Okay, let's open this nuke up. Smoke a little bit, keep them calm. So I'll have to excuse the lighting today, it's a little overcast. I see eggs and cells, that's a great sign. Oh yeah, plenty of larvae in here. Oh, actually, the queen is right here. So I marked the queen white with a little pen that I have. The reason for that is because this way, A, I could find her a little quicker, but also I could track how old she is. So all the queens born this year are marked white across the world. It's kind of like a universal beekeeper thing. Last year, all the bees were marked blue. So we're gonna keep this together. All right, well, that doesn't feel good. All right, last frame, and this is a nice food frame. So when I say food frame, I mean it is full of honey. So you can see this is all honey. This is all honey. So we like to give the bees a food frame just in case something happens. They're not able to leave their home. And I don't mean like somebody just comes and closes it up. I mean, wildfires will stop them from foraging. Bad weather will stop them from foraging. And obviously they're gonna run out of food. So we give them a frame of food just to hold them until they are able to get back out. So when I come back, I'm going to give these bees 2 more frames of brood. I'm going to do that for all of the installed bees, and they'll be good to go to make us some honey. Sun Life Financial Center. Today is the day that I install your beehives. We've got 2 beehives on this roof. So we got bees on both sides. I'm going to open up the hive, install some empty frames just to fill it out, and then we're going to actually install the bees. I'm hoping to see the queen. Yeah, let's get started. Okay, let's open up this hive. Very nice. A little bit of smoke, keep them calm. She should be marked with a white dot. Oh yeah, the sun's come out. This is gonna be great. Keep moving. Don't see her here either. However, there's tons of brood in here, which I'm very happy about. Love seeing lots of brood. This is a frame of mainly pollen, so I doubt she's going to be on this. A little bit more smoke. There she is. Walking around, looking for cells to lay eggs in. So we've got brood in the middle, a pollen frame, a food frame on either end, and 2 frames of foundation on either side. I mentioned this before, but when I come back, I'll be giving them 2 more frames of brood just to really bolster these guys up and getting ready for that big nectar flow in June. So when I come back, I'll give them 2 more frames of bees, and these guys should be set. On to the next one. All right, let's see what we got here. Very nice. I keep saying very nice as though I didn't pack these frames up. This is my doing. Of course it looks very nice. I wasn't going to set myself up for failure here. I'm not sure if I marked the queen white on these guys. Looks like the hive is going to use this more so as a frame of resources. They're letting all the bees hatch out and filling it back out. So I'm going to keep this on the side over here. I'm going to put 1 frame between it. Sometimes the queen is on these empty frames because she's looking for somewhere to lay. If they start drawing it out, sometimes she's just walking around it. It's also really hard to find her sometimes when there's so many bees on the frame. All right, this last frame should be a frame of food. No, it's a big frame of brood. All right, couldn't find her on the first round. See if she's in the box. I don't see her in the box. Just for you guys, I'm gonna look one more time. I mean, I know the queen's in here because there's eggs, so I'm really not too worried. A little disappointed I couldn't show her for you, but the thing is that all of these bees are spread across 5 frames. When I come back, they'll be spread across 10 frames, and they'll be a lot easier to sift through. All right, well, I tried. All right, gonna close these hives up, and then I'll be done. All right, hives installed. I'll be back in 2 weeks to boost these hives, and fingers crossed I'm able to find the queen in that one. I have a feeling she's just not marked, so once they're spread across all those frames, I should be able to spot her next time. Another video, another install. Today we're at 100 Murray Street, and we're going to be installing a nice beehive onto the roof. We've got our bees in one box and frames in the other. So let's open this hive up, arrange some of the frames, and then we're going to try to find the queen before we end this video. Let's get started. Okay, time to install the bees. Whoa, this is a packed hive. Oh man, wish me luck on finding the queen. Oh yeah, this looks awesome. Oh yeah, plenty of brood in here. It smells great though, it smells like honey. Ooh, man. Doubt the queen's gonna be on a plastic frame. All right, frame number 3. It's like every time I open it up, it's as if more bees just spawn in here. Oh, actually, I got the queen on this frame. See her? That's fantastic. Cool. There's a frame of brood. I would love to show you, but actually here, I'll try to tilt it. There you go. Lots of brood in here. The last frame should be food, so I'm gonna put it way at the end here. Should be food. We'll see if it's food. Yeah, this is a big frame of honey. A lot of bees. There's still, look at all these bees that are still in here. So I'm gonna shake these guys onto this hive. I made the mistake before of not smoking them before I do that, and they were not happy with me. So just gonna smoke them a little bit. And now, dump them in there. All right, this is gonna be a big hive. This might not be a hive that I bring 2 frames of brood. I might bring 1 frame just because there's so many bees in here. All right, I'll see these guys in a couple of weeks. All right, Ashbury. Today is an installation day, but we're also going to be checking out the other hive that we left. There was a supersedure happening because of the Formic Pro, so I'm really interested to see whether or not they requeen themselves. If not, no big deal. I do have a queen on me. We'll see if they need it. I have no idea what I'm going to do today. It really depends on what I find in here. I want these to be roughly at equal strength, so I'm not going to install the second hive until I go through this one and kind of determine where we're at. Really hope there's a queen in here. Super full of bees, which is actually, I was really afraid of that. But this is about the amount that I would hope to see after a supersedure. Obviously, finding the queen would be really nice, but if I find eggs, I'll be just as happy. So this is a frame of food, expected, especially on the edge like this. Okay, there's more food. I'm gonna check this frame to see if it's lighter. No, this is just another frame of food. I'm gonna take these frames of food out. I'm just gonna rearrange everything. It's a nice light frame. Okay, my smoker's out, it's great. See how long we could beekeep without getting stung, without smoke. Oh my God, there's eggs. Oh, and there's the queen. Look at that, that is fantastic. All queens born in 2026 are marked white, so that's what she gets. So I'm going to put her back on this frame. There she is. Nice little white dot, and she just goes right back to work. It's fantastic. I'm going to put her back in the hive. So we got 1 frame of brood here, which is not great, but it's expected after a supersedure. I mean, they just got a brand new queen. Let's see if she's been laying eggs in this frame. Not really. Okay. So here's the plan. We've got like a good 3 or 4 frames of bees in here, or maybe a little bit more, which is a perfect amount of bees for a new hive. What I'm going to do, however, is I'm going to take a few frames of brood from the nuke that we have, if they have any to spare, and we'll put it in here. And we'll see whether or not that helps these guys out. So here's what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna close them up, and we're gonna install the other hive. I'm just gonna put the lid on like this. Okay, now we're going to install the other hive. Okay, so there's 5 frames in here, 5 ribs in here. There'll be a full box of bees. Let's see how strong this hive is. Okay. It's a nice empty frame. Oh, there's the queen, marked white like the other one, so you know she was born this year. And you might ask what all this kind of like weird stuff is at the bottom of this frame, or I guess for you it would be the top. All that stuff is drone, so that's boys being made. They need a special sized cell, so they often build it in awkward places where they could make the cell larger. But this is a good frame of brood with the queen. Oh wow, there's plenty of eggs and stuff on this frame. So this is 2 frames of brood. There's another frame of brood. So you know what we might do? We're gonna switch a few frames. We're gonna give a little bit of bees to these guys. We're gonna give them a frame of brood. This will just give them a little bit of a head start on replacing the amount of bees that were in there. This is just an empty frame that the queen could lay in. So we're gonna give them this. Because that hive has more bees than this one, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shake the bees on this into this frame, which is their home. That way, the bees that are in here can take care of the brood. They'll smell that brood, they'll immediately go onto it and start taking care of it. So I'm not worried about that brood being cold or not being taken care of. They're in good hands. So this is looking pretty equal here. I really like what I'm seeing. I might come back and give them a little bit more brood just to replace some of these empty frames. And there's 1 or 2 frames here that is full of food. So I might boost them with 1 frame each, but I think they're going to be roughly the equal size next time I come. This one might be a little bit smaller just because the queen has no brood. She's just starting to lay. And this one might be a little bit stronger just because there is capped brood, so they're going to come out and start populating the hive. But we'll try our best to equalize throughout the season. But I like what I see. I mean, there's 2 queens. This one requeened itself, so I'm very, very happy about that. And we'll come back in 2 weeks and see how they look. As you can see, I still have the entrance reducers on each hive. This is because the hive is still not super strong, and in case there's any like really mean wasps or other beehives that want to rob the honey from these hives, they're able to fight those bees off or to fight those wasps off a lot better. Anyways, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Okay, last install of the day. We're at terminal. We've got 5 frames of bees in here. They should be packed full of bees, and I put the other 5 frames in there. So this box holds 10 frames. We're gonna put these last 5 frames in there, and then it'll be a full box. Like the other locations, I'll probably be coming back with 2 more frames of brood, depending on how full this box is. So let's get started and put these bees in here. Whew. There's 1 packed hive. It's got the empty frame here. They're just using it as a resource frame, so queen shouldn't be on this. Got eggs and cells, which is fantastic. It's just a ton of bees in here. Finding her is going to be pretty hard. This is just a frame of pollen. Be very surprised if she was on this. Let's see what the other side is. Oh, there she is. So we're going to mark her. There we go. So we mark her white because it's 2026. And all queens born this year in 2026 are marked white across the world. So we're going to put that back in there. And that's awesome. Great. Now we just put the last of the bees in here, which is a lot of bees. Put that here. And then I don't really know what this is. So we're going to figure out what this last frame is. Yeah, it's like a frame of nectar. The other side is also nectar. So we're going to put this closer to the edge. This hive might need 1 frame of brood, but there's just so many bees, I don't think it's going to need 2. Smoke them just a little bit. We're gonna bang them into here, to their new home. Yep, it's a lot of bees. All right, put this on here. So, bees moved in successfully. We'll be back in 2 weeks to give them a little bit more brood just because there's a lot of foundation in there. But these guys should be set up really well for this year. Active beehive. I'm excited to see whether or not the queen is back and is laying. Let's open up this hive and take a peek as to whether or not we can see eggs or we can find the queen. Okay. Wow, there's a lot more bees in here than I thought. Okay, this is mainly just food. Oh, man. Do I see eggs? I think I might see something at the bottom of these. I think I might see eggs. Let's keep looking. Oh yeah, there's eggs everywhere. Okay, this is fantastic. Really wonder if we could find the queen. Oh, there she is. So all the queens this year get a white dot. All queens born in 2026 get a white dot. It's just to help me, A, spot her, but also know how old she is. And there she goes. Okay, I'm gonna close this hive up now. Okay, I know it looks weird that I put the hive back together, but I went down to my vehicle, sorry, putting my veil on. Went down to my vehicle to see if I had any equipment because these guys are running out of room. I found 2 frames, 2 foundation frames, because outside there is just lines of fruit trees in the front of the building and the bees are all over it. So I need to take out a couple frames so that they have somewhere to put that nectar and use it to make wax. So I'm going to take some frames that are heavy with nectar away and replace them. This frame is super heavy with nectar. Yeah, this is one frame that I'm gonna take. A frame of foundation in its place. And I'm gonna go over to the other side and do the same thing. Oh yeah, I could tell that this is gonna be a big frame of nectar. Whew. It's a really big frame, really heavy. Oh yeah, it's just completely nectar. Okay, cool. Here. There we go. There, that's gonna make my life a little bit easier. Now the population won't actually increase because there's no brood. So the amount of bees is actually gonna go down over the next 10 days. Since the queen has just started to lay eggs, they're not gonna hatch out for another 3 weeks. Okay. 1, 2. All right. Close that up. And when I come back, oh yeah, they're gonna need another box. And then we can start making honey. Let's go.